My name is Clarence Richardson, and I'm the Executive Director of the Massachusetts chapter of the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, or MASNALA for short. MASNALA is an organization of over 400 attorneys across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that specialize in laws pertaining to Medicaid, or Mass Health in Massachusetts, estate administration, probate, guardianship and conservatorship, as well as estate and special needs planning. You're probably watching this video because you want to learn more about healthcare proxies, or have signed up for one of our upcoming events. Please note that this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice. If you would like to learn more, I suggest that you visit our website at www.massnala.com, or you can call me at 617-566-5640. In this presentation, we will answer the following questions. What is a healthcare proxy? Why do I need a healthcare proxy? Who should I name to speak for me, and what can they do? And once I sign a healthcare proxy, who should I give it to? And then finally, can I revoke or change my healthcare proxy?
A healthcare proxy is a legal document that allows you to name a healthcare agent, someone of your choosing that you know and trust, to make decisions about your medical care when you are unable. Under the healthcare proxy law in Massachusetts, you, the principal, may sign a healthcare proxy form naming almost any competent adult 18 years of age or older to be your agent. You may not select a person to be your agent if they are an operator, administrator, or employee of the facility treating you, unless that person is related to you by blood, marriage, or adoption. Also, you are allowed to designate an alternate healthcare agent to act if your initial agent is unwilling or unable to serve. You must be mentally competent at the time you sign, and you must express that you are signing as an act of your own free will without coercion. Now, a healthcare proxy has four principal parts. It identifies the principal, the healthcare agent, and any alternates and how to contact them. It indicates that the principal intends that the agent have the authority to make healthcare decisions on the principal's behalf. It describes any limitations that the principal wishes to impose on the agent's authority. And finally, it indicates that the agent's authority becomes effective when an attending physician determines that the principal lacks the capacity to make or communicate healthcare decisions.
Under state and federal law, you have the ability to make medical decisions for yourself as long as you can make them for yourself. That includes having information about your illness or accident that you've suffered, treatment options that may be available to you, including risks and benefits of those treatment options, and the ability to say yes or no to any particular treatment option, including life or death decisions. Now, if you can't make those medical decisions for yourself, somebody's got to make them for you. And as Brandon explained, a healthcare proxy allows you to choose someone to make medical decisions for you if you can't make them for yourself. In the event you have not put into place a healthcare proxy, a medical facility, a medical provider, may in fact require someone else to make those decisions for you. That person may not be somebody that you choose to make those decisions, and in fact, the provider could require that that person have legal authority. In order to get legal authority, they would have to go to court through a process called guardianship, which is time-consuming, expensive, and going through a court process at a time when your family should be looking to help you, not necessarily trying to go through a court process. So, if you'd like to choose your own healthcare agent to make decisions for you if you couldn't, and want your family to avoid an expensive, time-consuming court process that will simply help fund my retirement, I suggest you get a healthcare proxy in place.
The person you name in your healthcare proxy to make healthcare decisions for you is referred to as your agent. Only one person may serve as your agent at a time. A spouse is very often the first choice for this position, but does not have to be. Family members or friends can be named as alternate agents if your first choice is unable or unwilling to step into the role when needed. A healthcare agent must be someone who can be a strong advocate for you in connection to your medical needs. Their duties as your agent may include meeting with your medical team and reviewing medical records, asking questions and getting answers concerning your health status, or making life or death decisions for you. In choosing an agent, you should consider someone whom you trust to make medical decisions for you if you become unable to do so for yourself. Your agent should also be someone who knows and respects your wishes regarding topics such as your personal attitude about health, illness, or death and dying, the medical treatments you would like to receive in the event you are unconscious, and your religious beliefs as they relate to your medical care. Ideally, you will also talk to your agent about your medical wishes in advance to make sure that you are all on the same page. You should also consider whether your chosen agent is physically able to serve in the role. If, for example, the person you are considering as your agent is struggling with their own health issues, you may want to choose someone else. Generally, the person that you name as your agent will have the authority to make any and all medical decisions for you. With such broad powers, they could have access to your medical records and other health information about you in fulfilling their role. So you should be sure to include in your healthcare proxy any restrictions regarding what your agent can see in your medical records or the decisions they can make for you. If you need help finding a healthcare agent, please contact the Executive Director of MassNALA.
Simply possessing a valid healthcare proxy may not benefit you in a time of need. Often there'll be an emergency in which you'll be incapacitated, and an important medical decision made by your healthcare agent needs to be shared with your treating physician. However, that physician will need to access your healthcare proxy, and if it's locked away in a safe place that only you can access, naturally, it won't be much help. Accordingly, once you've signed your healthcare proxy, you should provide a copy to your primary care physician and any other provider entrusted with your care and well-being. Additionally, your primary healthcare agent and your alternate agent should also have a copy in their possession.
Absolutely yes. You are in control. Under Massachusetts law, you can revoke your healthcare proxy or alternatively change your healthcare agent, provided that you have mental competency to make healthcare decisions. Some of the typical reasons to revoke or change a healthcare proxy include the healthcare agent is now ill and unable to serve, or the healthcare agent is no longer interested or involved in your life, or the healthcare agent has died. In these circumstances, it is important for you to name a new person who understands your wishes and is willing to act on your behalf. You should be aware of a common mistake that can occur with healthcare proxies. Sometimes people do not have a copy of their proxy with them when they enter a hospital, and they quickly sign a new healthcare proxy in the hospital. Whenever you sign a more recent healthcare proxy, your prior healthcare proxy is revoked. Therefore, it is better practice to provide your medical doctors, clinicians, and preferred hospital with a copy of your healthcare proxy when it is signed. Try to avoid the hasty signing of a new healthcare proxy during the hospital admissions process. Lastly, it's helpful to review your healthcare proxy designations every 2 to 3 years or whenever you have a major health event.
We hope this presentation helped you understand the importance of a healthcare proxy and helped you think about what you want so that you can name someone you know and trust to exercise your rights and to make decisions for you if and when you can't speak for yourself. Please remember that a healthcare proxy puts you in the driver's seat to decide who will make decisions for you if you can. It's never too early to decide who that person will be, but it is too late if you become injured or ill and are unable to make decisions. You don't have to wait until you're elderly. You can and should appoint a healthcare agent when you turn 18. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I encourage you to reach out if you have any questions.